Welcome to CNN Nightly News. I'm Shashank with a report on the situation in Vietnam. Today, a resolution is passed by Congress regarding the alleged attack on U.S. ships in the Gulf of Tonkin off of the coast of North Vietnam. President Johnson now has free rein to respond to this event. There was little public response to the American presence in Vietnam. However, some expressed concern that the United States was offering too much support to the Diem government, which ultimately fell in 1963. Some felt that our involvement in Vietnam was a positive influence meant to curb the growth of communism, especially with the communist state of North Vietnam. Now, let's hear from our correspondent on the ground, Austin Macy, who's currently in play near the border with North Vietnam.
Thank you, Shashank. I am currently in an army base in South Vietnam near the town of Hue. The soldiers here are constantly patrolling to make sure there are no attacks along the base's borders. It is not predicted currently that President Johnson will put any more boots on the ground in Vietnam in the coming years. Soldiers here are very nervous about attacks because they can't tell the difference between civilians and North Vietnamese combatants. Most of the soldiers that I've interviewed are not really sure why they are here or what they are fighting for. It's a bad situation, Shashank.
President Johnson recently deployed Operation Rolling Thunder in Vietnam, and the results are devastating. Acres of forest have been cleared out by the use of Agent Orange, and many, both North and South Vietnamese, have been killed. Much controversy has been sparked over these brutal methods and criticized President Johnson for increasing troops in Vietnam. Let's see what our correspondent, Austin Macy, has to say about the domestic situation.
Thank you, Shashank. I'm currently in Saigon outside City Hall. Nguyen Con, the head of the military that now controls South Vietnam, is currently in a meeting with his advisors. Con is facing criticism from both the Buddhist and Catholic majorities due to the number of Catholic generals who are largely pro-Diem. His removal of some ostensibly pro-Diem generals and officials was meant to appease the Buddhists, though Catholics do not seem too happy about it. It cannot be said that the course of action in Vietnam that President Johnson has taken is a wise one. This conflict should have been fought out between North and South exclusively, for that would have led to a significantly less complicated situation in Southeast Asia. It would be preferable for a communist victory to occur if it means preserving the stability of the Southeast Asian countries so as to prepare them for independence. Ya hemos enviado solo una unidad médica. No podemos enviar más en el interés de la paz. España rehúsa participar activamente en el conflicto en Vietnam porque no es necesario que envíe tropas para una guerra que no hacen mal a los intereses de España.
Italia, analogamente a Spagna, non può partecipare nel post-conflitto, eccetto l'unità medica che è stato inviato. Se Italia si implicasse nella guerra non sarebbe nei suoi interessi migliori e complicherebbe la situazione tra le due stati vietnamite. हनोई के साथ कोई भी वार्तालाप व्यर्थ है। उन्होंने हमें दूतावास स्थापित करने की अनुमति देने से इनकार कर दिया है। उनका आरोप है कि भारत अमेरिका के कहने पर दूतावास का आग्रह कर रहा है। हम केवल उत्तर और दक्षिण वियतनाम के बीच शांतिपूर्ण संबंधों की कामना करते हैं, जिससे दोनों देशों में तनाव कम हो। लेकिन अब ये निश्चित है कि दोनों में मुठभेड़ तब तक लगातार बढ़ता ही रहेगा जब तक एक किसी की पराजय ना हो. This is what the Korean Prime Minister has to say.
우리는 민주주의의 정신을 천지하기 위해 베트남 전쟁을 덮기 위해 군대를 보냈습니다. 우리는 우리의 나라가 계속 민주주의를 유지하고 있기 때문에 이게 우리 나만이 해야 하는 최선의 일이라고 생각합니다. 미국은 북베트남 정상주의자와 열심히 싸우고 모든 민주국 가는 미국을 지원하려고 노력해야 합니다.
Hi, welcome to CNN Nightly News. I'm Austin Macy.
And I'm Shashank Rao. President Johnson has announced that the United States shall send no further troops to Vietnam in the interest of containing the conflict. However, it appears that it is too late for that given the consequences of recent actions. Since the Tet Offensive, the South Vietnamese cause has been losing ground and Saigon has fallen. Unless a miracle occurs, it may very well be that the entirety of Vietnam will be communist.
I definitely agree, Shashank, but it seems that President Johnson's move may be short-lived with the presidential election coming up. The Republican nominee, Richard Nixon, promises to withdraw all troops and to end the United States' involvement quickly. This is an interesting platform given Nixon's reputation as a war hawk.
The Dove nominee for the Democrats, Hubert Humphrey, is favored by many anti-war protesters and supporters of President Johnson's current plan for Vietnam. The only other candidate is the recurring loser, George Wallace, whose only real platform is segregation and bombing Vietnam to oblivion.
It appears that Nixon has the strongest following despite Humphrey's popularity. We'll simply have to see what happens during the election.